should be live. All right. Looks good. Dun, 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 dun. Kind of a dead day, dead weekend of sports, eh? Unless you're really into like, what's the word? All-star festivities. What's up, Space? Playing some Madden. Nice. Franchise mode. Which way you playing? NASCAR's on. I seen Malcolm in the Middle finished in what, 11th place. Is he a good racer, Malcolm in the Middle? From the famous TV show Malcolm in the Middle. Online head-to-head. Hopefully you're winning games. Middle of the pack. I know he finished in like 11th place. Is that good? Like, I know top 10 is pretty solid in NASCAR, but or do you go by like the Ricky Bobby logic? If you're not first, you're last. I think NASCAR depends on the track. Like some do, some don't. Like I personally would have won the race though. First play, I would win every race in NASCAR because I'd just drive better than everybody. I'd get in front of everyone and then I'd go like 40 miles an hour and then I wouldn't let them pass me because I'd just get over really quick. You know what I mean? Like that's a pretty good strategy. What's up, Daniel? Was Cletus McFarland? That's my alter ego. Did he win? No, I wouldn't want to do NASCAR. I don't like driving. What's up, Jake? Not much, Daniel. There's really nothing going on in the sports world unless you like all-star games and stuff like that. I wouldn't be good at NASCAR. I don't like driving. I don't consider NASCAR a real sport. I consider it... No, actually, hold on. Actually, yeah, no, NASCAR is more of a real sport than golf is. Well, college basketball isn't a real sport. Let's pretend. You didn't know that college basketball recently came out and said they're scripted? They said they're the WWE equivalent of basketball. And that's why my teams never win. It's all rigged. I'm now of the belief all sports are rigged unless the Tigers win this year, so. Fernando, the reason I consider certain things sports and why not is, what's up, Lore? I think a sport has to have like an active defense, right? Like, I think you can do an athletic event and I think you can do a sport, and I think they're very close things, but there's a difference between like golf and, to me, NASCAR. Like NASCAR to me is a sport, and golf is not. Like golf is kind of loosely a sport. It's more of an athletic activity, kind of like tennis. No, tennis is a sport. That's active. That's a really good sport. Track is a sport. Swimming isn't really a sport, but I guess like the racing aspect makes it a sport. There's a few things that make a sport. There has to be some kind of like thing that's trying to stop you from actively winning the thing that you're winning. And it can't just be like the participant of the other you know what I mean? It can't just be like, well, there's another guy doing the same thing, so that's your defense. It's like, no, like when you're racing somebody, like it's a little different. There's like really weird head-to-head in a race that isn't there in golf. Yeah, I think so. Softball? Yeah, softball's cool. again, like an active defense trying to stop you, which is the only thing that makes. See, NASCAR is a little different because like there's actually driving tactics they do to make you like not race as well, right? Like you may not know, but like someone in first place may be actively fucking people over the entire race to get into first place, right? Like they're blocking off certain angles that like they're anticipating that the guy in like fifth place is going to try and do this like angular takeover, and then so he has to like kind of make sure he's still paying attention to the like four other guys and then still cut off that angle like far enough ahead where it's just like that he can't do it. And so you have this sort of defensive driving strategy going on that's not really there in track. Even track's not really a sport. It's like again a super athletic activity, but again there's sort of this lack of an active defense that's sort of not pushing you away from accomplishing the goal of the sport. Like no one in track is like no one's doing something to make you run slower in track. They're just focused on running. There's a thing called dirty air where a car behind someone makes them drive bad. So if you basically copy the second driver style, then you can still. Yeah, there's all kinds of ways of like defensive driving. Yeah, sports are interesting. It's always a fun topic to like figure out like, well, what is a sport? Well, it's like usually it's something athletic that has active defense that prevents you from like accomplishing the goal. If the task is to like in golf is to like shoot the lowest score, there's nothing like trying to stop you. Now, I appreciate you. Thanks for leaving a like. Hopefully people are leaving likes, helping our little stream out. We got 4 so far. That's pretty good. Should be an interesting offseason ahead, though. Or it won't be. I don't know. A lot of rumors. A lot of potentiality. Wouldn't also be shocking if nothing crazy happens and everybody just kind of stays pat. Teams built through the draft, through the available free agents. There aren't any crazy trades. Super Bowl logo? Super Bowl logo is blue, purple, red, green, and yellow. And there's like at least 2 distinct shades of blue in there. So if you're trying to find a logo conspiracy this year, I don't think there is one. But I believe the predominant theory is it's either the Lions versus the Ravens or yeah, I think that's pretty much the only one people think that can happen. I believe that's the new like popular conspiracy theory for next year. Well, not because now that the Chiefs have lost, they don't got to worry about that next year. They'll be like, all right, we can just move on from this for a little while. You know, if you're writing the NFL script, you have them lose. You're like, all right, now we can put Detroit in and give them their Super Bowl, and we can move on to the next thing. We had to give all those pretend injuries to the Lions. It was suspicious. It would be pretty crazy if the NFL was faking shit like that, too. It looks like Honolulu blue, and then there's a little bit of a darker blue that could indicate Buffalo. But again, the issue with these silly conspiracies is always like, I think the NFL was so fucking annoyed of that just kind of accidentally happening, that they've decided to just, they threw like, there's like 5 colors in there. Here. Here's what the Super Bowl 60 logo is. As you can see, there's a million different colors in there. And again, you can see like the darker shade of blue, the lighter shade of blue, kind of Honolulu blue. You can see the purple, you can see the red, you can see the green, you can see the yellow. Again, you can see that it institutes a number of teams. Could be the Eagles. It's not really Eagles color. It's kind of more Jets and more Jets color. which is a little weird. But however, you could say it's like the Packers and the Eagles. For the yellow, you could look at the Commanders, you could look at the Steelers. For the red, there's a number of teams. That could be Kansas City, the 49ers, the Atlanta Falcons, the New England Patriots, if they go back to red. Buffalo, because they kind of wear red. It's one of their primary team colors. I believe the Patriots are 100% switching to a red uniform. Well, I'm just saying there's a lot of teams that wear red, and then two teams wear purple in the Ravens and Vikings. So again, they'd made this so just about like fucking 20 teams register for this. How many teams does that make? Let's see. For the blue teams, that would be Detroit, Carolina, Buffalo. No, there's no Giants blue in there. Yeah. So there's 3. For the yellow teams, Commanders and Steelers. And you can kind of throw the Rams in there because they have a yellow uniform. So there's that. Colts is a little too dark. And then for the purple teams, you have 2. Green teams, you have at least 2. That's 10. And then for the red teams, again, that's at least 5. So that's like 50, that's like half the league. I wonder if they made sure to put like 15 different teams in here. They're like, hey, let's at least try to get as close as we can to half the league. Because again, you could count that as the Patriots, the Falcons, San Francisco, the Bucks. I think Houston wears red. No one wears pink. Hell, you could even throw Seattle in because they wear that shade of action green when they wear those green unis. Patriots are anticipating a uniform change. It could be going to their old schools to be red. Nice. That's cool, Seth. I don't really care about softball, but that's cool, man. Pretty cool. But yeah, we'll see how we'll see if there's any kind of truth. At least 2 of those 16 teams will probably make it. Yeah, Pats are probably going to switch to their red uniforms. That's kind of one of those secrets. Because right now they're eligible for a uniform change. They can change their logo. So they have both things. They're opening a new part of the stadium up this year. They have a whole bunch of renovations. And in all honesty, if you're the Patriots, considering the last 20 years of football, you went from a mediocre team to arguably the greatest team in the league's history. You should probably retire those uniforms. You should probably put those up. You know what I mean? Make those like the special wear uniforms. Because again, those uniforms now have such a crazy rich history with them. Because again, that's not like, it's like they made those in the 90s. Kind of kept adapting them to what they became. And then Brady showed up and then they kind of had them in their final form. And then they were basically like that the rest of the, you know what I mean? So they're kind of like almost specifically perfect for the Brady era. And it's just one of them things where it's like, no, I think the Patriots are planning to change the logo. And besides, Patriot Pat's a little bit cooler. Fly Nova sucks. And I don't think we should have it. Yeah, I think that's what they plan on doing. I think it's mainly out of respect for the old team. Because again, when you have such a run with one kind of image and uniform, it's maybe a good idea to get a little bit of freshness in there, right? Number one, it's been the same thing for like 30 years. That's a little boring. Number two, you know, you're not going to really ever replicate what you just did. 19 years of, I don't know. Texans got a good offensive coordinator. I don't know if there's been international games. Not too concerned about that. We'll see. Oh, you got a pick six with the GOAT? It's pretty good. Yeah, Lions are undefeatable, man. They're the greatest team. Next year is going to be a crazy year. Space, would you be annoyed if it was the Patriots-Lions Super Bowl? Cowboys uniforms, they're very classic, but they're kind of boring, yeah. But I don't know. I've always respect teams that just stick around with the like very consistent. I'm gonna root for the Patriots in that game. It's tough for the Lions, but I'd like my team to become the greatest team in league history with 7 Super Bowls. It'd be hell yeah, we won without Bill. You're gonna root for the Lions? Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah, I think most people would be. I think everyone would be angry if the Patriots wound up beating a team like the Lions. The issue for the NFL is they changed the name of their championship system. Otherwise, the Packers would be up at what, like 11 total championships. The Patriots would still be at, like, say the Lions would have a bunch. You know what I mean? Like if they had just stayed with NFL championships, it would be a little different. The NFL switched their names of like their titles and everything, so it's a little bit weird. I'm doing Seattle versus Atlanta in Madden, and I'm the Seahawks. You should win. We know what Atlanta does, but what up, Kevin? Hey, we have 5 whole likes. That's pretty solid. Looks like no one wants to come by tonight. That's cool. Everyone is a bunch of homos. Off sucking their little boyfriends. Cavs won the skill contest. Damn it. I'm pretty sure the Pistons might, Max. I hate to break the news, but from everything I've been looking into, the Pistons are the best team in basketball lately. I'm not trying to brag or anything because I know that it might be nothing, but I've watched the Pistons beat the fucking crap out of Chicago for 2 straight nights. I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Kevin. Yes, we did steal your coach, and now we're winning games like 71-30 and shit. You know how cool it is to have a good coach now? I have no idea why you guys fired that guy. Look how he turned Detroit into a powerhouse. We're beating up on teams. Hell yeah, dude. How you doing, Kevin? But yeah, Max, you guys look like the best team in basketball, to be fair. What's up, Jonathan? I don't really know who's gonna. I don't know. You guys look like you might be heading to the finals. Bickerstaff is perfect. Exactly what Max. Remember how in the Discord we talked about like the Pistons don't necessarily need a coach that can win a championship right now. What they need is a coach to fix the team. And we were talking about this when they hired him. We're like, this is like the best thing they could have done developmentally. This is what the Pistons needed. A guy who could figure out how to fucking get this team working. Because it's not like they were bereft of talent. Clearly they weren't. It's like, why can't they win? They have good young players. What is this? And then they bring in a coach who actually knows how to like develop players, bring players along, get them ahead. And then Bickerstaff is very good at that. Yep. And hey, who knows, Max? As Bickerstaff coaches and gets better and better, maybe eventually he can figure it out. It's not like there's a limit to how good a coach can be, right? Like they can, like if he's open to becoming a better coach, then you know, Andy Reid couldn't coach in Philadelphia. I mean he could, but he couldn't win the big one, right? He couldn't win a Super Bowl. And then eventually he did. Now he's in conversation as one of the greatest coaches of all time. Before AJ Hinch was the Tigers coach and had that historic run with us last year, he was almost out of the league, really. No one even liked AJ Hinch, never did nothing. Except a bit stubborn in Cleveland, but maybe he's maybe. But yeah, Max, it seems like the Pistons eventually we're gonna have to find another new guy. But for the next couple of years, I think it's good that they have this guy. What's up, Daniel? The Thunder have to be good at some point, right? I feel like for 5 years, Karam would come around and tell us about all 800 trades that the Thunder had made and how the Thunder had acquired like 400 first round draft picks. He's like, yeah, we got like 7 first round picks in 23. We got like 18 first round picks in 24. We basically have every single first round pick in 22. It's like, how are they doing this? 44 and 10 each. Yeah, the Thunder, how like they acquired a silly number of fucking first round picks and they have like all the best players. It's like, hell yeah, dude. Now we have a team of like all first round talent. Picking like 3 or 4 times in the first round each year, we eventually have to hit. Is that basically how they fixed their team up? Their crazy draft strategy actually worked out. It's like, damn, that actually worked. Fucking blew their team up real bad, and then it actually paid off. Rare rebuild win. It just sucks that both their seasons. You better not play Detroit in the playoffs because we're going to first round exit everyone we play. I see a lot of 4-0 dubs for the Pistons. Thunder got a guy from the Clippers named Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Which has helped. Yeah, I even know who SGA is. I even know he goes by the name SGA. Truth be told, I actually taught young Shai how to play basketball back when he was a little guy. Well, he was always like 7 foot tall almost, even when he was a baby. It was terrifying. 7 foot person with no weight to him, just a fucking baby, huge baby. I threw him through a hoop, and he's like, I was like, you got to know what it feels like to be the ball, and then I made him be the ball, and then yeah, now he's a good ball player. I've tutored a lot of the NBA on how to play. Indirectly, directly. I don't know. I like basketball. Not really like watching it, but I like to like hear just loosely what's going on in the league, and then I go, oh, that's interesting. Yeah, Lions Eagles are probably going to open up the season next year, right? If you look at the Eagles schedule, other than the Commanders, I don't really know who would be the good game for the Eagles home opener. Because it's like Denver, Lions, and the Commanders. That's it. All the rest of their home games are kind of shitty. I don't know if you want to spoil a division game versus the Commanders in week 1. You know what I mean? You want to save that shit for week 18. So it's like, do you really want to go 17 weeks with these two teams not meeting once? That's the issue with trying to schedule the that Lions Eagles week 1 could be pretty good. You're going to get both teams at their healthiest. It would be funny though if the Lions did just fucking thrash Philadelphia. And it's like, oh shit, their defense is terrifying. Oh, if the Lions get another defensive lineman, which it appears that they're kind of in the business of doing now, all signs seem to hint Detroit's shopping for someone. If you believe the rumors, anyway. And it's like, oh shit. There are rumors out there that Detroit's already called about Myles Garrett, going, hey, we heard he wants a trade. Do not send him to Philadelphia. Please give him to us. Oh, please don't do this. You are effectively fucking the rest of the league if you do this. They give you like the contract rights to Brandon Graham and the Browns go, hell yeah. Or somehow the Eagles just like, we'll take Deshaun Watson off your hands too. That's how we're going to lose this somehow. No, we're somehow going to lose this. No, we're probably going to have to give up 2 firsts to get Myles Garrett. Jonathan, the reality of getting Myles Garrett is 2 first-round picks. If we get Myles Garrett, we do not have a first-round pick this year nor next season. Probably even a second. And it's 100% worth it. Number one, money-wise, I don't know if Detroit can add in 2 more $30 million contracts over the next 2 years. You know what I mean? Because I think rookie contracts are nearly $30 million fully guaranteed per season. Or it's like really, or like something really close to that, where it's like it kind of blows ass to have a lot of first round picks. So again, if you're a good team and you have like a roster set, first round picks are a little expendable, especially when you're a team like Detroit who drafts extremely well in the second, third, fourth. And you know what I mean? Like Detroit drafts really well, so it's not like it's like an end of the world scenario. So again, if you're Detroit, oh, you did say 2 first round and 3. Oh, I for some reason I missed that. I thought I said I don't know why I thought I said 2 a second round pick and a third round pick. I was like, I don't think so. Cleveland gives us that. That's a very nice deal by Cleveland. But no, the Eagles are going to be like, we'll take Deshaun Watson and his contract from you, and the Browns will be like, yes, we'll trade you those 2. For like a fucking 7th round conditional and like the rights to Brandon Graham, and the Browns will be like, deal. It'll be like, what? And the Browns will be like, it was a pleasure doing business with you, Philadelphia. Give them hell, boys. And it's like, and then the Eagles somehow like file something with the league and they get out of Deshaun Watson's contract. He's a free agent. And Troy Vincent goes, oh, well. And we added $400 million more to the Eagles' salary cap. And we took the Patriots down to 0. They have no money. Whatever their team is right now, they got to hold it. Like, what? No. They flop. Troy Vincent comes out on looking like fucking Hitler or some shit. And he's just like, the Patriots and Eagles have agreed to swap salary caps remaining. The Patriots are now in the negatives, and the Eagles have $123 million to spend. The Patriots are responsible for all Eagles players' contracts. And the Patriots players' contracts. So they're actually in the hole a lot of money. Troy Vincent would do that if he could. That guy sucks. Not many people know about that guy. But the Eagles winning a championship is not really a surprise. The refs turning on the Eagles, or suddenly favoring the Eagles crazily in a Super Bowl, isn't that big of a surprise. Happened in the last Super Bowl they played in too. Or a Super Bowl they won anyway. Certain Troy Vincent basically runs the league. Especially the referees, anyway. Tackling grades? Patriots were the worst in the league at tackling. Damn, did you hear about Chiefs wide receiver Kadarius Toney? What's up with the Chiefs, man? They just draft some terrible people. It is funny that they only show Kadarius Toney in Chiefs gear. I'm like, hell yeah, dude. That sucks for the Chiefs. It's like when fucking they used to do that with Patriots players. A guy would have spent like a fucking preseason snap with us. He'd get in trouble with the law as a member of another team, and they'd only show him in Patriots gear. It'd be like he was like practicing with us, and they'd show him in his Patriots practice gear or some shit, or at like the press conference introduction. They'd be like, look at this. Look at what the Patriots did. It's like, you got any game footage? Oh, he got cut, but can you believe it? It's like, yeah, the guy played 10 years after that with another team. What are we doing? It would be like if Joe Toney got in trouble for something or suspended for steroids and they only showed him in Patriots stuff. It'd be like, what? Or if like Adam Vinatieri, who retired at Colt, got like a DUI or some stupid shit, and they only showed him like in his pay. Well, fuck, that's a little different. He's going to the Hall of Fame because of the Patriots stuff, so I gotta rethink that one. Eventually, he'll be in the Hall of Fame. Apparently, there was almost a fucking there was a big to do about Vinatieri going to the Super Bowl or to the Hall of Fame, but apparently they just say no way they're letting a kicker in first ballot. He'll probably be next year. And somebody else, there was like two guys who like were weirdly fought about for first ballot this year. That's why it felt weird that there was a couple guys that got held back. Eli wasn't one of them. They said they're going to more seriously consider Eli next year. Apparently they said he's just not a first ballot. But like Vinatieri, there was some like weird issue with that. People were having, some people just genuinely believe that they can't let a kicker in first ballot. And some people are like, well, I mean, it's fucking Vinatieri. He won 3 Super Bowls. What are we doing? His leg kicked in 3 game-winning Super Bowl kicks. What are we talking about here? I think 2 of them, maybe all 3 were as time expired. Except I think the Eagles was a little different, but like 2 of them were as time expired. Man kicked a dynasty. Everyone's like, doesn't that take away from Brady? It's like, yeah, dude, Vinatieri was kicking like 80, 90-yard field goals. Yeah, no, he literally, and I'm pretty sure the Eagles one was a game-winning kick too. Yeah, no, Vinatieri is one of the greatest kickers of all. Is probably the greatest kicker of all time, even better than Hansen. I think he outscored him too. Played for like fucking 400 years. Won 4 Super Bowls? Yeah, he won that. He won one with the Colts too. Ravens don't need Justin Tucker, Seth? Yeah, he's probably ready to retire. He's starting to miss a lot more often. Probably doesn't want to hurt his legacy anymore. Oh yeah, Richard. See, Richard, you're the only person who seems to have any sense around this whole stupid contract situation with Bregman. I was so happy that we didn't sign that fucking guy. Oh my God, dude. Because do you know what we would have had to deal with, Richard? I would have been sitting here in July and everyone would have been like, why the fuck did we sign this guy to so much money? He's in 230 with a fucking 690 OPS and 10 home runs. We it's just taking up space. Yeah, and it's going to be completely obnoxious, dumb shit. I hate it so much because everybody wanted Javi fucking Baez. Then we signed him. People celebrated signing fucking Javi Baez. And then look what happened. Now everyone acts like nobody wanted to sign him. It was a bad idea. It's like, it's not how you people reacted. I hate signing players generally. I don't like signing veterans. I just ugh. The only kind of players I'd want to sign is somebody like I don't know. Like a Juan Soto type of veteran. Those are the only ones that are worth signing. Everyone else is like it's like a 50-50 gamble. Especially not for no $40 million a year that the Red Sox are paying him. Because what we were going to pay him was a crazy amount of money. 6 years, $170 million. That's 28 point something million a year we were going to pay him. That's more than what we're paying Javi. More than we ever paid Baez. And again, Bregman's like a great leader, and I wouldn't have mind paying him that 100%. Well, I think he's still hurt. But I'm pretty sure once he's healthy and ready to go, he's the starting shortstop. I don't really think that there's. Not gonna lie, Kevin. I don't know why I'm pretty sure they've pretty much outright stated, very explicit, that Javi's the starting shortstop. I didn't see any news where Hinch has suddenly changed his mind and said we don't play Javi Baez. I'm pretty sure they've been like, yeah, we're gonna play Javi Baez if he's available. Unless they suddenly change their mind, but at that point, I'm pretty sure Javi would just demand a trade. Somebody would take Baez. 100%, trust me. Somebody would take Baez if he was available for trade. It's fake. Who cares? You can find any quote you want. If you find anything with the Tigers, they're very pro Javi Baez. There's a reason they didn't trade him away. Everyone's like, because no one would trade for him. Yeah, they would. There's a team that would take him. He's not that expensive. He's like $20 million. It's like, whatever. Adds up to payroll so your fans can't bitch. Somebody would have took him. Like the fucking Marlins would have been like, yeah, we'll take Javi. Fuck it. Team that doesn't want to win any games this year would take him. Especially because at this point now, I think Detroit has to pay his salary this year. So now he's like free for a team to take. So, but I don't know how baseball works. I think it's so stupid. I don't know. I just hope we don't trade for stupid Nolan Arenado. I see us rooting around there. It's like, don't do that. He's completely cooked. Just go with Bierling and Young. Let's just do those guys. I mean, it completely works. Now, if you want to trade Torkelson away and you could get Nolan Arenado for it and some other stuff, it's like, all right, yeah, we should do that trade. 100%. If we can get somebody like Nolan Arenado for fucking Torkelson, it's like, oh yeah, okay, we'll take that trade. Because again, I mean, if we're gonna trade him anyway, you might as well get a player who's not fucking completely worthless. It's like, yeah, if he does better than Torque, we're good. The problem is, I don't know if Arenado can hit home runs at Comerica anymore. So he may not be worth getting. May just be better to keep our team as is. See if we can get I don't know. I don't think we need anybody, if I'm being honest. We just got to get through Javi, get rid of that fucking guy. I think that's after this year. What's up, Spears? Then we'll have Kevin McGonigal, Kevin's brother. So that doesn't make sense just because we have the same first name. It's like, yeah, that's how names work, Kevin. People with the same name are related. Can you believe this guy? What's up, Mahal? No, how would I be I'm literally streaming. How would I be? Well, I don't watch hockey. I don't care. What's your new series? Yeah, I knew he was your cousin, see? Or your brother. Yeah, it's great. Player on Yankees when he was in Miami. Oh, Jazz Chisholm. But no, I didn't. I don't know. I don't really care about hockey, so no, I didn't see it. Probably won't see it. I don't really get any hockey on my any of my social feeds. I have the word hockey generally blocked out. I equate hockey as it's soccer on ice, like Soccer the musical. It like, you know how like some musicals are on ice. That's what hockey is to me. It's soccer on ice, the musical. They even have like corny, fake tough guys in hockey. And like that's my biggest problem with the sport is the fake tough guy stuff where they're like, "Oh, he got his head chopped off and he played still. He had that shit sewed right back on and he was out there skating, dead as doornails. I saw it with my own eyes. He was out there. He scored the game-winning goal with no head. It was flapping off in the wind." Or like some more realistic shit. They'll be like, "Dude, Smirgay Kerperfilov, bro, his leg fucking broke. Every bone in his leg broke. Every single one, dude. Complete. Every single bone in his left leg was complete putty. His ACL, his MCL, his entire ankle was missing. Just all of it was gone. And guess what? He came off that bench and he scored the game-winning goal. And you try to tell me other sports are tough? Is that like a tradition? Yeah, they fist fight in hockey. That's the only cool thing about the sport. And the stupid NHL's trying to suppress that. That's why I make fun of them. And I really hate the fake tough guy thing. Like the only thing I see that's legitimately tough is like they'll get a tooth knocked out or they'll get cut open. They'll get it stitched up and come back. It's like, yeah, that's not that impressive. You have giant blades on your feet. I would imagine that sometimes you guys get cut open and you're gonna have to deal with that. I don't find that like, and the teeth thing, yeah, that's pretty cool. Like them taking like getting hit in the face really hard by like the puck and then still playing in the game. I'll give them that. That's actually some tough guy shit because like they have like legitimate tough dudes in that sport, but their stupid fans are so annoying about the way they lie, just blatantly lie about what these guys are doing. Like it's it's like no, I mean I seen a guy take a puck off the face and come back and play like half his jaw was broken. Like that's impressive, but it's again one of them things where it's like you don't really need much of your face to play hockey, as long as you're not getting like hit. And I think he had like a weird mask on when he was playing. I think they can wear cages in the NHL, but or like his jaw wasn't broke. He was just missing like the majority of his teeth. It looked like again, you know, the puck hit him in the mouth, and he was somehow able to play. I don't think you could play in hockey with a missing ligament in your, like a torn ligament in your leg. Like maybe you could play, I don't even think you could play goalie. Just because like the movement is so intricate on ice skates. Like they try to be like, oh, NFL players are so weak. It's like, can you play NHL hockey on a torn ACL? Isn't that why Pavel Datsyuk had to quit playing professional hockey? Because he like NHL hockey is because his fucking ligaments were gone in his ankles and knees, so he had to go play Russian league because he just can't compete anymore. I'm sure you can still skate and play with serious leg damage, but like I don't like even one of the greatest players of the modern era in Datsyuk had to retire, I believe, because of ligament issue. Like kind of prematurely too, because he played like another like 10 years over in Russia. I think he's still playing. Out they made him go. He doesn't work right. I don't know. Yeah, but no, I mean, I would imagine between America and Canada tonight, there's going to be a lot of fighting. The two countries are a little sour towards one another lately, right? So I would imagine that there's probably going to be a lot of throwing gloves down. Boy, if America loses that game, that shit's going to be hilarious, dude. Oh, Canada's gonna talk some shit to us if we lose that game. That might be enough to make Trump want to go to war if we lose. Fire all. He's gonna like get rid of all of Team USA. He's like, you guys can't play on that team no more. To be fair though, I'm pretty sure I'm pretty sure Canada's gonna win anyway. It's not like we're gonna beat them in hockey. It's like, oh wow, you guys beat us at the one thing you always beat us at. Cool shit. Good job. You're still good at doing the hockey. You want to play a little bit of baseball? Can you check out my new super history? What's your new super history? I don't know how to check that at all. How do I check that? Channel activity. I don't know how to check that, Spears. Oh. Oh, you're like actual like content. Okay, yeah, I'll look at that later. Give things a look. I'm just in the middle of a stream right now, so I can't now. Canada's fine. Nothing wrong with Canada. I think they're better at hockey than America, but we're better at most of the other sports. What's that contract? What, the 3 years or 120? There's a lot of deferred. There's like 20 million of it deferred, so it's not too terrible. But it's not great. Again, I'm real glad the Tigers didn't wind up paying Bregman. 40 million a year is a silly amount of money for for what he is. Again, that's like Aaron Judge money for Aaron Bregman, like for Alex Bregman. That's a crazy contract. For a guy who slumped for like 30, like for like 50%. I don't know how long was he shitty last year. I felt like the whole year he was bad, and then like the last 2 months of the season he kind of kicked it into gear, and then died again in the playoffs. Do I remember that very clear, like correctly? Like he didn't do shit versus us in the wild card, and he hadn't done shit all year. It felt like he had a bad year last year. Like he was bad for a majority of the year and then randomly clicked into place last year. That was him, right? That was that Astros player. That was like, wow, usually Bregman isn't bad. And it's like, oh, there it goes. He finally got it going. I don't know. Yeah, that's also my big problem is I don't think it's a great idea. Again, we would have Bregman if he would have taken the contract though. So clearly the Tigers did like Bregman and they were gonna pay him for like what, 6 years. But hey, I guess not. I guess not. Well, I mean, the Dodgers winning the World Series kind of makes sense. They've spent a lot of money. You know what's crazy is like other teams can do that, by the way. Like that's always my favorite part about people bitching about the Dodgers. It's like, well, I'm not mad at the Dodgers. I'm mad at my bitch ass baseball team for not signing players like the Dodgers do by offering more money. Like that's who we should be mad at. Is the cheap ass teams that are not willing to pay players and sign players, so they go to the Dodgers. Like pay your players so they don't go there. Very simple. Hopefully the Tigers don't make that fucking mistake and let Scooball go to the Dodgers. Feels inevitable. Like damn. Was everybody gone? I'm guessing. Are we down to 2 whole people? I might start wrapping up then. We'll be live again tomorrow. Got some good plans for that. Well, maybe actually, I don't know. I want to do a gaming stream. I don't know. Not a big fan of gaming streams. I am, but at the same time, it's like, do I have enough time? Kind of feels like the stream died out pretty quick. But that's kind of the drawback of a Saturday here. Streams are always a little slow. Yeah, I want to do a gaming stream, but I just don't know what to play. I'll figure it out. But I don't know. Seems like this is about dead. Just that awkward time of year before we get to baseball. Where my channel's officially in dead mode. Till basically this time next week, you know. We'll probably have a decent little stream. Yeah, those were pretty silly. Those were pretty good times. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Gas prices are getting high. Yeah, I mean, gas, I don't know, gas fluctuates. It goes high, goes low, goes medium. May go up for a minute, then it'll go back down eventually. Demand rises, price goes up. Kind of like a vicious, I don't know. I don't know. I'll figure out what we'll do tomorrow. I want to do a gaming stream tomorrow, so that'll probably be a little bit more fun. I don't know. Anyone got anything else they want to share? Otherwise, I'm probably going to just hop out of here. Looking like we're pretty good. Want to give people enough time to type some stuff out if they got anything. Yeah, me either, Kevin. That's kind of where I'm at. I talked about the things I wanted to talk about, and now I'm kind of grasping. I think it was a fun little stream. Pretty typical Saturday night affair. All right, though, everyone. I think that's plenty of time. Yeah, thanks. I appreciate it. Hopefully these start picking up a little bit, but you know, it's that time of year, so I appreciate everyone watching. Hopefully y'all enjoyed it. We'll be live again tomorrow. Doing some gaming, I think. I'll figure out what we play. We never know. Thanks for a fun stream. Have a good rest of your night. As always, it's go Lions, go Tigers, and of course, it's always go Patriots. Yeah, I'll talk to y'all later. Any last calls? Last second. Hey, wait. If you're just tuning in, you can always rewatch it from the beginning. Woo! All right, it sounds like we're out of here. All right, have a great rest of the night, everyone. Peace out. Go Lions. Go Tigers. Go Patriots.